Hello YouTube modeling community, it's Rusty Rotor. Normally be a mail call and all that, but I get so much stuff compiled, and that's what's making my videos long. So today's video is just all about the 40 Ford, the small group build, or small scale group build. This is my final video on it. I am 100% done with it. Kind of take a look at it. I'm not going to do nothing fancy as far as putting it on a turntable. I'm just going to kind of look at it, look around on it. You can look upside down, underneath. Not drop it, that'd be good. And look at the interior. And kind of see, see through the window. See the big eyeball. First, it's not that great of a kit, but a little patience, a little perseverance, and a whole lot of glue, and you can get it built. Now keep in mind, 98% of this is all hand painted, and it's not. I could have airbrushed everything and masked off, and it's just my time frame was very small, so I had to do what I'm comfortable with the fastest. And I'm really good with brush painting, even tiny little things. So I thought to myself, okay, I got to break this up into groups. I know the body is going to get airbrushed, and I have to do some modifications. And then the way this thing goes together, I'm not going to be able to paint all the things I wanted to paint with an airbrush. I couldn't even get in there to do it. So I decided that I was going to, hand paint most of the kit. The only thing I was going to airbrush was the body. And that's in two pieces. The running boards in front and rear fenders, and then the top part of the body. So, we did that. If you remember, I had to come back. I had to add these strips on both sides. You can kind of see they're even. There just wasn't enough of the original to, even if I wanted to bare metal foil it or whatever, we did use Molotow, and it's brushed. I did tape, top and bottom of it, and I brushed it on with Molotow. Came back with a second coat, and then, peeled the tape off, cleaned up my edges as best I could, and then we also brush painted the grille, the headlight bezels, the trim around the windshield, the bumpers, and the rear tail lights. It's to me a clear red in the center. And I just kind of took a Q-tip and went over top of it to get any excess off. But it came out pretty clean. It's not the best. Has it got flaws? Yes. I don't do nothing flawless, unfortunately. But then my second thought was like, if I clear coat this, A, it's going to create more work because I got to wet sand it out and polish it. B, back in the 40s, they didn't have clear coat like that. It was hand rubbed lacquer. The guy spent hours rubbing that lacquer out to get that shine. So I was like, So I shot a little spoon. I let it cure out. This stuff, your base coats come out like a flat, shade of the actual color. The clear coat's what brings out the color. So I was like, I wonder if I could polish this stuff out. Because I've never tried it before. And sure enough, I got the spoon nice and shiny just by, I was using the Novus, 1 and 2. Used the 2 first. I came back over with the 1. Got a really nice shine, so I was like, okay, we'll do it to the body. And we did. I mean, you can see the shine from, I have hardly any lights on in here. And you can see the shine that it does have, which is, of the era. The one thing I should have done, and I looked at it and I was like, well, no, it looks pretty good. But then looking closer, I should have wet sanded the body first and then polished it out. Because there is a couple of imperfections that I see now. But, at the end of the day, it was fun. And that's what this hobby is all about, is having fun. I would never take this to compete with anything. I like it. It's going to look good in my display case. And it's something I remember, doing. getting involved in something other than what I normally do. Because, you know, for years I just kept to myself. I didn't do any social media. I just built, you know, whenever I could, when, you know, how long I could, and it got packed up for years, so on and so forth. We did the, again, everything's hand painted. I custom mixed the color for the boot and the steering wheel. On the box it shows the boot being white, which maybe in the real days, what pictures I found, it was closer to this color than it was actually white. But I'm sure, you know, there was probably white, there's probably black, who knows. I didn't get that far into it. But so I custom mixed that from the actual interior color. If you want to know what the color is, Deco Art. This is Fawn. So I lightened this 3 shades and I got light fawn. I don't know what to call it. But I got this shade. And I actually made a boo-boo on it, and I had to go back, and I only mixed enough to do the steering wheel and the boot. And I got real lucky, and I was actually a hair off, so I repainted the whole boot and the steering wheel again, because I'd made enough that time. So it's like 3 to 4 shades lighter. But it looks really nice. They contrast well, you know, the color's really good. And we picked out all the detail. Get up here, you know, on the door panels, the handles and all that. And then we picked out all the detail on the steering wheel and the dash. The problem is with this kit, put this back and I'll forget about it, is that it's so old and it's kind of deformed. So once you paint it and you're like, okay, I'm painting this, go look at the deformity of it, makes your paint look like crap. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It was fun building it. It sits on all 4 tires. It's not wonky that way. We got some detail underneath picked out. You know, I hand painted the chrome bumpers, all the chrome trim up front, down the sides, the dashboard, the window frame. Everything was hand painted other than the deep plum purple or maroon, deep plum maroon, I think is what it's called. And yeah, I just hand polished it out. And I got a nice little result, a nice little showpiece to put in the display case. And at the end of the day, again, I got to thank the hosts of the group build, because I had a blast doing it. It really, you know, I got into it, and my mind just focused on it. I didn't worry about anything else in the shop. And those are the kind of projects I like to work on, where I get this step and I get that step, and it just keeps driving me to keep going, keep going, keep going. And at the end of the day, it probably took, let's see, I can estimate real quick. The first day I worked on it for about 4 hours. And then I worked another hour, so that's 5. And then I worked 2 more hours, 2.5 hours, so that's 7.5 hours. And then the final day I worked about another hour and a half. So it's 8, and that's 9 hours. I got probably about 10 hours in this. You know, I knew it'd take a little longer because of hand painting, but it's so much longer masking everything off, and then for 2 seconds worth of airbrushing, that I wanted to challenge myself to be as neat and clean as I could by hand painting. And you know, you can see those tires and wheels. They came out really nice. I mean, if you looked at it, you wouldn't know that that was all hand painted. You'd swore I taped it off and masked it off and airbrushed them, but I didn't. And that's kind of really where I had fun, is these wheels, because there's, you know, the black, there's the white, then there's chrome, then there's the body color, and then chrome again. So I had to do everything in steps. So first I painted everything black, and I let it dry. And I came back and put another coat on it and let it dry. And then I just got in there and started doing the white. And I put 1 coat, and I think there's like 4 coats of white on that, because I used the Vallejo acrylic paint. And it's a little thinner, so you got to build up your layers. And then I matte varnished it to protect it. And then I came in and I did the plum in the center. And it's not this color. It's real close though. You can't hardly tell the difference in it. And then I varnished that to protect it. Then I came back in with the Molotow. And then where I slipped with the Molotow, I just came back with the other colors and touched up until I got it right. And then I matte varnished it all again, and we put a little black wash in the center caps. and we got a nice looking little ride. Did the running boards in flat black, and they've been varnished. You know, the whole thing, everything's been varnished, so touching it and rubbing it now, I don't have to worry about the paint getting rubbed off or anything like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it a little dusting, and I'm going to get it in the display case, and you guys can let me know down in the comments what you think about it. I'm still watching videos where other guys they're almost done, or they're done, and you know the time's running out. I think we got what, 2 days left to get our videos in. I know Tom's almost done with his if he's not already, and you know a few others I've been watching. So I hope Mr. Batson is getting close to being done with his Nova. I'm looking forward to his final video. And yeah, that's about it. Wednesday will be an open box review of the new kit that was sent to us from Hobby Nut Models. Then we'll go over what I got in the mail up to that point. And then Friday will be what's on my bench. It'll be a kind of a touch up on Jay's, the 32, anything else that we got to talk about. And yeah, so we'll just kind of keep these videos short, sweet, simple, I guess, best way to put it. But yeah, I did take a couple steps back on the 32, so I'm going back, and because I want it to be right, so I said just stop, take the parts apart, we're getting back in, we're getting all cladded, and we're going to leave them, and then I'm going to get them clear coated to protect it, because I noticed it's exactly like Molotow if you don't clear coat it. It's kind of tacky. It's kind of other things like trying to heat stain it doesn't want to work right. So I was talking to my friend Lee, and he said, yeah, you know, use like a water-based clear and clear it. That'll protect it. Then you can come back and do your heat staining. So I'm gonna try that. And then we got a few other parts we gotta get ready. That way we can prime everything at the same time that Jenny's ready to prime all of her stuff. That way I mix one batch of primer. And so I may film when we're shooting the primer. Film her, learn how to use the airbrush and shooting hers. So yeah, there's a lot coming, guys. I got so much to work on that, you know, right now it's personal life is hectic. I don't have a lot of time to be down here. Next week is going to be super busy. This week is pretty busy. I got like 4 appointments and a doctor's appointment all next week. So these videos, unfortunately, are going to be kind of short, and get to the point as quick as I can, show you what I'm doing, where I'm at, and what I got in, and then we can slowly fade out into a normalcy again. But hope you guys had a great weekend. If you're not already, please subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing. While you're at it, hit that bell notification. You'll know when these videos come out. There's a lot of great ones. Like I said, the open box review. It's a new kit from Revell. I'm got a 3D printer running right now. Hopefully it works. If not, then I know I need a motherboard. And because that coincides with our open box review on Wednesday. And then I get a couple of little things done. I'm going to start on the Aqua Rod. And that, like I said, that'll just be a build series. You won't hear me talking. It'll just be me building. When I do the painting on it, you know, just showing the whole progress or process of that kit. And so I hope you guys, you know, you like that. And then get some modeling in, guys. So until Wednesday, this is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.